Namaste. Today's practice is designed to help balance and regulate the menstrual cycle. Most of the poses in this sequence can be done anytime during your cycle except for Vipreet Karani, and I'll tell you when that pose comes up. Depending on how you're feeling today, you may choose to use props. You may need to keep a bolster, a block, or a couple of pillows with you, maybe even a strap or a dupatta. So let's get started. Sitting comfortably, spine long and shoulders relaxed. Take a few easy breaths to relax the body. We'll start the class with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in now. And slowly open your eyes. We'll start in Supta Baddha Konasana. Come to the halfway position on your mat and bring the soles of your feet together. If your knees are really high up, then you may want to move the feet a little away from your hips. And now slowly walk your hands behind you, lowering down to your forearms. And slowly lie down on the floor. Feeling the stretch in your inner thighs, observing your breath. If you have a bolster or 2 pillows, you can do the same pose with support. Place your bolster lengthwise on the mat and bring the edge of your bolster or pillows really close to your lower back. And lie down on the pillows. Palms can be on the inner thighs or by your side. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable for your lower back, then you can adjust the position of the bolster by moving it a little further away from your lower back. If your knees are up high, you can place a block under each knee and then settle in. This pose has many benefits. It improves blood circulation in the ovarian region and is very beneficial during puberty and menopause. Most importantly, it helps to reduce menstrual pain. So it's a wonderful pose for women. Just a few more breaths here. And now slowly begin to come out of the pose, bringing your hands next to your body. Press into one palm and lift yourself up. Slowly stretch your legs out in front of you and just notice how you feel. If you feel some discomfort in your lower back, then the next time you can use an additional pillow to lift the spine a little bit higher. Good. Now let's move on to the next pose. Come into a kneeling position, and from here, separate your feet wider than hip width apart. Now carefully lower your hips between your feet. If you're not able to get your hips all the way down, then you will have to use a prop. Keeping the hips hanging in the air is going to put a lot of pressure on the knees. You can walk your hands back behind you and begin to lean back. Come halfway down and check how your thighs feel. If the stretch is too much and you're not able to hold it, then come up a little bit higher. On the other hand, if you're comfortable and you have the flexibility in your quads, you can lie down all the way on the floor, flat on the ground. You can even reach your arms up overhead and hold on to opposite elbows. Now I'll demonstrate with the props. Keep your bolster handy. And now place that bolster just like you did in Baddha Konasana, supporting the spine. Slowly lie down on the bolster. If you need an additional prop, please go and get another pillow. So next time you don't have to move around, you'll know all the props that you need for the practice. And once you are lying down, check how you feel. If there is discomfort in your lower back, then lift your hips, squeeze the buttocks just a little bit, pointing the tailbone forward towards your knees, and then lower the hips back down. This may feel a lot more comfortable on your lower back. Supta Virasana, reclined hero pose. This pose can help correct a prolapsed uterus and tones the pelvic region, the urinary system, and the reproductive system. The duration of holding this pose can be slowly increased, staying from 1 minute up to 5 or even 10 minutes. But do this very gradually, adding about half minute every few days to the practice. And now we'll slowly rise back up. Now stretch your legs out in front of you. Notice how your legs and hips feel after this pose. Let's do a gentle twist to release any residual tension in the back. Bring your left hand to the right thigh and the right hand behind you. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out and twist your body to the right. Just stay here for a breath or two, feeling the twist in the spine. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And now we'll switch sides. Right hand on the left outer thigh and the left hand behind you. Breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out and twist. Holding for a couple of breaths. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, relax. Our next pose is Supta Padangushthasana. We're going to do this in lying down position. So remove the props off of the mat. And if you have a dupatta or a strap, keep it handy. Now, from lying down position, bend your right knee and grab a hold of your right big toe with the first two fingers and thumb. Now begin to straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, pulling up the kneecap and tightening your thigh. Push your heel up towards the ceiling and pull the toes towards your kneecap. And if you're comfortable here, you can slowly draw the leg towards you. Now, if you're not able to straighten the knee, use a strap or a dupatta, wrapping the strap around the ball of the foot. Stretch your right heel up towards the ceiling, pulling the toes towards your kneecap. This pose is really great to remove stiffness in the lower back, relieving backache in some cases. Make sure that your right and left hip are in the same line. Sometimes there's a tendency to pull the right hip towards you. This is also a really good pose to help relieve menstrual discomfort like cramps, heavy bleeding, or pain during menstruation. Good. Now we will stretch the leg out to the right and slowly lower the right leg down towards the floor. Use the length of the strap that you need for this. Good. Another few breaths here. Do not overstretch or strain the body. And now release. Bring the leg back in, bend the knee, remove the strap or let go of the big toe hold and stretch the leg forward. Just notice how you feel. Good. And now the other side. Bend your left knee and hold on to your left big toe or use the strap around the foot. Stretching the leg up towards the ceiling. Heel up, toes in. Feeling the sensation in the back of your left thigh and calf muscles. Keeping the hips in the same line. A few easy breaths here. Softening the shoulders, the jawline. Notice if you're overdoing the stretch. Soften. Keep the leg that's on the floor engaged. Good. And now we'll move the leg out to the side, moving the left foot to your left. Feeling the sensation in your inner left thigh this time. Adjusting the position of the strap. Do not overstretch or strain. You should be able to breathe comfortably here. Good. Just one more breath. And inhale, rise all the way up. Let's continue to the next pose, Upavishta Konasana. Now take a look at my spine. If your back is rounding as I am showing you, then you may want to keep a pillow or a block under your hips. Otherwise, continue as you are, separating the legs out wide. Notice if you're having a strong sensation on the inner edge of your knees. We want to feel the stretch in the belly of the muscle on the inner thigh. So adjust the distance between your legs until you feel the stretch in the middle of your inner thigh and not around the knee. Once you find this position, bring your hands just behind your hips and lengthen your spine. Breathe in. As you breathe out, tilt your hips forward. And you can walk your hands forward up to your comfort. You may be able to lower down to your forearms, but try to keep your spine long. We're going to be here for a total of a minute. Observe your breathing and feel the stretch in your inner thighs. This pose helps in massaging the organs of the reproductive system, stimulates the ovaries, regulates the menstrual flow, and also relieves menstrual pain and disorders related to menstruation. It helps to correct a prolapsed uterus and bladder. Good. And now slowly come back to center. Walking your hands in, rising up, and bend your knees and bring the legs together for a few moments. Good. And now we'll move into Janur Shishasana or forehead to knee pose. Bend your right knee and bring the sole of the foot onto the left inner thigh. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. You can place your hands on your thigh, your shin, ankle, or foot. Try to maintain the length in the spine instead of rounding the back. Easy, smooth breaths in and out of the nose. Good. And now we'll move to the other side. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release. Switch your legs. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. And either look forward at the toes or bring your forehead towards the knee. Easy breaths. This pose helps to improve bladder control. It reduces menstrual cramps. It can help relieve dryness and itching in the vagina and prevents fibroids and regulates menstrual flow. Just another breath or so here. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release both your legs and relax. Our next pose is Adho Mukha Svanasana or downward facing dog. Come onto your hands and knees into a tabletop position. And now walk your hands forward slightly. Tuck your toes under and lift your hips up and back. You can adjust the stance to be a little bit longer based on your comfort. Make sure that your fingers are spread out wide and hands are about shoulder width apart. They can be wider as well. Good. And now continue to press into your palms and move your hips up and back. Now lower your heels towards the floor. Take a few breaths here in downward dog. This pose helps to tone and relax the nervous system, helping to relieve depression and anxiety. If you're having PMS, it's a wonderful pose to do just before your period. Good. And now we'll slowly release, lowering the knees to the floor and hips to the heels into child's pose. And now slowly come up to a seated position. Our next pose is Viparita Karani. If you are currently menstruating, then you can lie down in Shavasana. We're going to move close to the wall, lying down on the mat. Hug your knees into the chest and rock a little bit from side to side. And once you feel your back sort of flat on the ground, raise the legs up towards the ceiling. If your hamstrings are tight, move the heels forward and rest them against the wall or on a chair or a table. Whatever is available to you, you can rest your legs on it. This is the simplest version of Viparit Karani. If this is really comfortable, then you can place a block or a bolster under the hips to raise the level of the hips. If you have a shoulder stand practice already, then go ahead and do that. Keep your head and neck, shoulders completely relaxed on the floor. There should be no tension in the upper body. This is also a really good pose to do for preventing varicose veins. Just a few more breaths like this. Slow and easy breaths. And now lie down in Shavasana. Relaxing the legs, the hips, the torso, the arms, the neck, and the head. We'll do a few healing breaths here. Take your awareness to the lower abdominal region. the place where your reproductive system lies. Keep concentrating on this area and feel as if a bright white light is entering this area when you breathe in. And relax and let go as you breathe out. With each breath, bring in that bright white light, cosmic healing light, into the lower abdominal region and relax when you breathe out. Just another couple of healing breaths, visualizing that the pain in this area is leaving you with each exhale breath, or visualizing that this area is getting strong and healthy. The ovaries are efficient and your cycle is getting balanced. Visualizing that the ovaries are healthy, the entire reproductive system is healthy and strong. Good. Another couple of breaths here. And let go of that visualization. Slowly begin to wriggle your fingers and toes. Stretch and move the body in any way that you like. Hug your knees into the chest. Roll over to your side. And slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Spine long, shoulders relaxed. Notice how you feel after the practice. Let's end the class with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath in now. And slowly open your eyes with a smile. You can practice the sequence 3 times a week, or if you already have a regular yoga practice, you can include this in your routine once a week. And once you learn it, you can hold the postures for a longer time to get more benefit. Remember, the benefit is in the holds, but don't strain yourself. Namaste.